Education is meant to spark curiosity and fuel innovation, but traditional academic curricula often struggle to keep up with the fast-changing industrial landscape, leaving aspiring technocrats unprepared for the future challenges. To bridge this gap, we need to shift towards learner-centric, technology-driven training that aligns with industry demands. Here at Didactic India, we are exploring the dynamic industrial ecosystem and its impact on skills and knowledge requirements. Janatics is leading the way with innovative didactic training systems that help our technocrats thrive while fostering curiosity and creativity. Traditional methods often rely on abstract concepts, making it hard for students to grasp complex ideas. But with virtual learning, learners actively engage, visualize theories, and practice essential skills in a risk-free, simulated environment. This hands-on approach accelerates learning and ensures students are ready to transition to working with real equipment. Virtual learning is transforming education, bridging the gap between theory and practice, making learning more engaging, efficient, and accessible. Today, we'll explore how these technologies are empowering the next generation of engineers and innovators. This year, Janatics is once again taking center stage with their participation at Didactic India. Their focus on Janatics Automation Skill Challenge aligns perfectly with the future technologies. By leveraging platforms like JDLS, they're empowering the next generation of engineers to gain practical hands-on experience in industrial automation and Industry 4.0. Let's dive in with Mr. Aravind Ramachandran to learn more about how Janatics is leading the way in this transformative space. Mr. Aravind Ramachandran, the head of Didactic Business Division at Janatics India, with a rich background in industrial automation and education. Mr. Aravind brings a wealth of experience to his role. Over the years, he has been instrumental in shaping Janatics' initiatives in skill development and Industry 4.0 readiness. We're excited to dive into his journey, explore the success of Janatics Automation Skill Challenge, and learn how Janatics is bridging the gap between academia and industry. Welcome, Mr. Aravind. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure meeting you again.
Pleasure myself.
So, your experience in industrial automation and education has been immense. We really want to understand what brought you to Janatics and how your journey has evolved over the years.
See, training is always a passion of a lot of people, right? It's good to share and teach people whatever you have learned. And when you try to take that as a line of activity and try to cater that to a bigger volume, it's definitely going to be challenging and as well as interesting. So I'll be meeting a lot of different professors, students. With that said, with a lot of bringing in a lot of new innovative technologies and products, understanding customer needs, and with Janatics capability of developing it keeps my position rolling.
That's great to know. That's how you have evolved and your journey has been wonderful. As the head of Didactic Business Division, how do you see Janatics is contributing to the future of education, especially in the skill development of Industry 4.2 allied technologies?
I'm sure many people know about Janatics, what we are, who we are. So we are manufacturers of different technological components and solution provider. We also provide complete automation solution to a lot of industries today. But when we go there, we face a lot of challenges in terms of the resources that is required to operate, to maintain, to run, to do new application development according to customer needs. There are a lot of challenges that we face and that we need these kind of resources to be prepared to do it. So when that said, then that helped Janatics to form this division for education and develop products that you could see here, that can help teach, train students, teachers, and the working professionals to upgrade themselves, enable them to handle all these products better. So that is where now we are working not only on the automation part, that is the operational technology part, but also the IT on top of it that today is optimizing a lot of these operations, like IIoT, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, digital twin concepts. So we are also working on that workspace, trying to provide a lot of solutions to various people, using which the training can happen. And
I think that's how your company has evolved as a product manufacturer to now a complete solution provider. So that's what you want to be in didactic field also. Can you share some key initiatives or success stories that didactic business division at Janatics has done so far?
This concept of centers of excellence is something that we are trying to connect the dots that is required to execute where we are talking about generating resources, keeping them industry ready, right? Taking up problems from industry, trying to solve it, trying to update both the environment, right? The industry and the educational environment. We have taken an initiative in that, which I would like to specifically, add some point to it. That helps the entire, as I said, both the educational, the universities or the colleges, and the industries to help each other, identify their needs and problems and solve it.
So that means Center of Excellence per se is a platform where industry and academia could meet and learn from each other, right?
Yes, exactly.
So
learn and take up problems or need and solve it.
I'm really excited to explore the Janatics Automation Skill Challenge, and this has been a key major highlight for you as well in this year's Didact and also previous year. Can you walk us through the process of setting up the challenge, and what impact do you see on the participants?
Janatics Automation Skill Challenge is something we are doing that for the second year now. The previous year it was more of a skill competition, trying to identify how their skills are in the automation, try to trigger their interest towards automation. We have a pedagogy that we try to adopt internally in our organization, right, to train our people and as well as in our centers of excellence. The way that they work is, first we need to learn the basics, then learn how it is applied in an industry, then learn how to build it, then the design part comes at the end. So last year we were covering the first three things till build, or we were conducting a competition where student comes in to check their skills on how fast they can build a system with constraints on following the principles or the rules or the concept or the circuit to complete it and execute an automated system. This year what we are trying to do is provide them few problems on top of it and come out with the solutions. It would be great if we can walk down to the competition arena.
Sure. Let's go. As we are walking towards the skill competition area, I need to understand what skills do participants gain from the challenge, and how do you think this experience prepares them for the real world applications in the industrial automation?
See, here, as I was explaining you, unlike last year, this year we are given them a challenge. Actually, if you see in automation, there are two types. One is a brownfield, another one is a greenfield. Greenfield is where you design something new from the scratch. Brownfield is you have some problem in the existing thing and you are trying to solve it. That is the most required thing today. As in most of the industries, there are already a lot of machineries are available. They want to upgrade or they want to update, optimize things. So, that is going to be a brownfield project. That is where more challenges are, because you have to do something new with the constraints already available, satisfying that and fulfilling the customer requirement. That is what we are trying to do in the Janatics Automation Skill Challenge this year. So the learning is going to be how to solve it, but with all these constraints, nothing new. I have to read the system completely, then build it.
I understand this is the second edition of Janatics Automation Skill Competition. How do you see the skill change evolving in future? And are there any plans to expand it or introduce new elements into your competition?
See, definitely we are also looking at how we can introduce new concepts like IIoT or how to develop digital twin on top of it. So how, before getting into the design part and optimization in the, getting to the execution part, optimization in the design part, then execution part. So there are a lot of these new elements which are also planned in the upcoming competitions. So we'll be releasing those information as and when it comes up.
So I am curious to know, Janatics has partnered with various, institutions and industries. How do you ensure these didactic programs align with rapidly evolving demands of Industry 4.0?
See, this kind of competitions is not only for them to achieve something or it is a learning process. So most of these institutions will have, where we have associated, will have the basic equipments that is required to train the students. After training is where the evaluation comes from. So we take them through a kind of modules where, okay, these are the technology that I learned, this is how it is applied. After learning that, then they come up and say, okay, now let's see how whatever I've learned is actually correct or not, and how good I'm able to execute, right? There is a test that you can always write, but it's going to be more of theory.
Correct.
Right? Practically taking up challenge not only gives you a technical knowledge, but also gives you a lot of soft skills, how to handle challenge, how to handle issues that might pop up, right?
True.
So there is a lot of learning that students does here, So I feel that's one of the great thing that the challenge teaches us and the students and the institute.
Correct. And I guess JDLS, Janatics Digital Learning Solution, is the backbone of this platform. How does it enhance the learning experience of the student, and what are the key features of JDLS for the students?
JDLS, the Janatics Digital Learning Solution,
Correct.
is a platform that provides learning and a platform to showcase themselves. So for this competition itself, JDLS first took them through certain learning, whether they have taken a course or they have not, regardless of it. We have made them to take them through a course where they learnt about basic pneumatics, hydraulics, sensors, vacuum, mechatronics, right? All these kind of courses. So they've gone through it. And then the platform also gave them the virtual reality software that can help them to learn virtually how to build the systems, how to do the piping, wiring, stuff like that. That is on the learning part. After that, it helps them to build a profile where they update their data, what they have achieved, like that. That can give them an exposure to industries as well.
So it's a complete management for the students. As I was talking to Mr. Ganpati yesterday, he told me that this JDLS platform is not only for the engineering students, it's also for the schools wherein students taking STEM learning course from Janatics can apply.
As I was explaining, where this is going to be like building their profile. Once when they have decided that they're going to build a career in that, they can start building their profile right from schools, trying to learn how these science, mathematics that they learn is actually applied in many of these machineries or automation or robotics. And then once when they know the basics, then they come learn how to design, do new things. So those kind of profile building is what we are trying to bring over here.
Right. And I understand virtual reality is part of the learning system. How does the integration of virtual reality with this learning platform help the learning experience for the students, and what are the advantages of using VR over the traditional learning methodologies we have?
See, as I was explaining you, where the theoretical parts, it cannot be eradicated, but an hardware or a practical based experience can help them learn much more faster. So VR based is where, let's say, if I want to teach them how to do a circuit in a physical world. So this circuit building can also be done in VR based applications. So we are also having some VR based applications where we are trying to bring in the trainer kits, the MMS, the systems that you see actually behind me. So where they can, before getting into any physical world, they can virtually practice. So they get a confidence that yes, I mean this is not that difficult, I can do it. Then they come to the physical world. When they try to do it, it's much easier.
So what advice would you give to the students who want to participate in this competition?
See, I would not say it as an advice. I would say more it as a recommendation. Don't think about failing. That actually gives you more knowledge to succeed. So this year we got 2,000 registrations, 20 were finalists. This is going to be more interesting. It's not going to be just evaluating and testing you. It's going to be more of learning and evolving yourself. So I would say participate in it and see what best is possible that you can give.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aravind. It was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for creating a platform for students who want to understand these technologies. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you.
The academicians and the mentors of Janatics Automation Skill Competition. So what do you think about Janatics Automation Skill Competition, and how is it helping your students?
Hello, I am Prasad Palkar. I am here as a mentor with the students who are finalists. So we are from NAMTECH, which is located in IIT Gandhinagar, and which is basically a smart manufacturing or industrial automation based institute. So 4 of our students have participated in the Janatics competition, and now they are in the finals. They are competing with the India level students. The students which are participating from the NAMTECH are from the ITI and diploma backgrounds. It's really a proud moment that this kind of students are participating with the BTech students from all over India.
For the Janatics competition, this is a kind of a platform where actually students implement their learning they have learned in the closed and controlled environment.
So how did you find Janatics Automation Skill Competition different from other competitions your students have been taking part in?
If you observe the stages of genetics combination, it's a mixed kind of technologies. Initially, students have completed their designing part, then students completed the programming part, and they are doing right now hands-on part.
They started from online first and now they are doing hands-on. So that's also a different way of learning remotely, and then they are integrating physically. You have been using software automation studio in this particular program. How did you find that as a platform for teaching mechatronics?
Basically, the automation studio is the best platform for the student for understanding the industrial automation technology. So by using that technology, student can easily understand how the sensors are working, how the electric circuit are working. So student can imagine all the things, how the automation technology is basically working in the industry.
So technology learning is important, but the most important part is support from the mentors, and it's really credible and great of you. You have been with your students all the way. Thank you so much for that, and it was nice speaking to you all. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
So today we are with one of our finalists, Ms. Suman. So she has come out with a wonderful solution for the problem statement that we have given. Let's hear from her what she has done. What you have done for the problem statement?
Hello. I have placed a slide module with a routeless cylinder and a double acting cylinder. In this, we will do the capping operation. Once the cap comes down through the slide module, sensor will sense the cap and my double acting cylinder will come down, and using vacuum generator, it will pick up the cap, and then routeless cylinder actuate, and it will actuate double acting cylinder. Then my cap is placed on this workpiece. After completion of module 1, rotating indexing table will rotate, and this is the pressing operation. It will press the cap and workpiece, and this is the solution.
We'll see how it works.
Sure.
That's good.
Can you briefly introduce yourself, your name and your educational background?
Yes, sir. My name is Suman Agrawal. I have currently pursuing an IPTP automation course, but I have completed my ITI in architectural draftsman course. Then 5 months ago, I have joined the NAMTECH, where I am learning the automation course.
Oh, wonderful. You are from an architectural course and now you are pursuing your automation course.
Yes.
How was this experience?
So it was an amazing. My institute is great. Global institute where I am learning.
Right.
Their labs, their faculties are always extraordinary.
So it's great to speak to you, Usman. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
अनिकेत, आप अपने बारे में बताइए, अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन के बारे में बताइए और एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड.
Sir, my name is Aniket Jethva, and I am from ITI fitter background, and I am from Gujarat, Junagadh. तो पहले तो ऐसा स्टेज मिलना बड़ा एक ड्रीम था. कोई एमएनसी कंपनी के साथ काम करना है, ऐसा बड़ा एक्सपो देखना है.
Correct.
इंटरनेशनल एक्सपो. मुझे कुछ अलग करने का सोच था. देखा कि इसमें सब है, केड है, फिर असेंबली लाइन है, न्यूमेटिक है. तो सोचा कि जितना हमने अभी तक स्टडी किया है, जो हमें पता है, उसका मतलब क्यों ना उसका एक टेस्ट लिया जाए.
तो आपको क्या चैलेंजेस हुए हैं, क्योंकि प्री क्वालिफाई राउंड्स ऑनलाइन हुए थे. सो व्हाट वाज योर बिगेस्ट चैलेंज इन दैट?
ये एक फिजिकल करे और जो वर्चुअल करे, दोनों में डिफरेंस बहुत आता है. कि मतलब वर्चुअल में जब हो जाएगा ये जब फिजिकल में आए हाथ में, तब पता चलता है कि ओ ये ऐसा भी हो सकता है.
अब आप कंपटीशन में आ चुके हैं, फाइनल राउंड तक पहुंच चुके हैं. आपकी बिगेस्ट लर्निंग फ्रॉम दिस कंपटीशन क्या थी और आपने क्या सीखा इस कंपटीशन से?
पहले तो एक ये प्लेटफॉर्म में आगे एक स्टेज फियर खत्म हो गई इतने लोगों के साथ, और ये सब केड न्यूमेटिक सीखने को मिला, असेंबली.
आप क्या सलाह देंगे अपने और स्टूडेंट्स को जो आना चाहेंगे जेनेटिक्स ऑटोमेशन स्किल कंपटीशन में?
तो एक जेनेटिक्स ने ये जो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट जिस तरह से दिया था, एक तो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये था कि साइज कंस्ट्रेंट भी दे दिया कि इतनी साइज में ही तुम्हारा मॉड्यूल आना चाहिए. तो ये बाउंड्रीज दे के जो काम करवाते हैं ना, काम करने में थोड़ा हार्ड भी होता है, उसमें ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग ज़्यादा करना. तो ऐसे ही सब कंपटीशन करके थोड़ा ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग पावर बढ़ता है.
So we are with Aaditya, and he is one of the participants of Janatics Automation Skill competition. Aditya, can you briefly introduce yourself, your academic institute and your educational background?
So I'm from Raman Global University.
Right.
And I'm from CSE background. I'm in my third year of BTech.
So what inspired you to be in Janatics Automation Skill competitions?
I previously participated in World Skills in the Skill Industry 4.0. I managed to reach until Odisha Skills and got silver in it. And then on I was looking for some other competitions where I could use this knowledge I gained from World Skills to implement and and then my mentor
Yeah.
recommended this competition, Janatics Automation Skill Challenge 2024 to me, and then along I participated and got until here.
Wonderful. How did participating in this competition enhance your automation skills, your CAD design or circuit design or prototyping skills?
So previously I had not much used the 3D modeling and CAD designing. So in this competition I was able to learn a lot more about designing and 3D models.
Did you collaborate with others during this competition or was it an individual effort?
As I said, I didn't know much about 3D designing. One of my seniors, his name is Jethva.
Yeah.
He really helped me learn the 3D designing and stuff to help me.
What advice would you give to your fellow students or aspiring participants that want to be part of Janatics Automation Skill competition?
I would just like to say to them, it's not really some different world. You just have to try it.
So the competition is nearing to conclusion. How excited are you for the outcome?
I'm really excited. My module worked all just fine. I had some difficulties, but I managed to go very well. So I'm very excited.
I'm sure you will do great. You are a silver medalist from the World
Thank
Skills
you.
competition. We wish you luck and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
My name is Arnav Mishra. I am from NIT Calicut and I am third year BTech Mechanical Engineer.
So what inspired you to participate in Janatics Automation Skill competition?
My inspiration were my seniors, so they have a number of recognition from other competitions. So that inspired me to achieve some kind of result. So that's why I took part in it.
Pre-qualifier rounds were conducted online. So how do you find your experience in participating remotely? Was it challenging? What are your thoughts?
We had certain deadlines that we had to meet. So there were like multiple rounds.
Yeah.
But we could do that remotely from my college. That was a good point of online. We could communicate well with the panelists over here.
Like you said, this is the final round and it's taking place physically.
Yeah.
How did you prepare for this challenge for integrating with physical systems and from the online version which you did in pre-qualifier rounds?
There were a number of iterations I did. Like for the designing part in online, I used some other materials, but for the final integration, I used materials like acrylic sheet and some other kind of fasteners. And online, there were shorter tubes, wires, messy circuits. But to prepare for the finalists, I improved my circuit presentation, came with the longer wires, and improved the coding part as well. It performs well with the system that has been established here, taking signal, giving signal. Yeah, that part.
So how has participating in this particular competition enhanced your automation or CAD design or circuit design or let's suppose prototyping skills? Can you share some specific areas where you have seen most improvement?
Most improvement is in my electronics and coding skill. Designing part is always easy, but the signals that come from the sensors, the noise that comes from signal, filtering them using electronics, including resistors to drop down currents, part of electrical engineering.
Right.
That I didn't know. I learned using coding to, let's say, delay some kind of signal so that a code reads better. Our presentation of the code so that a third person can read the code better.
Correct.
So that's all the skills I developed during this.
So there are special awards like best CAD design, circuit design or presentation or prototyping. Did you aim for any specific award? What do you think makes your work eligible for these awards?
My work is eligible because it's a very modular and innovative way to do things.
Right.
Because when it comes to these industrial automation, it's always big logical circuits and a separate unit for input and output devices. But the way I came is using Arduinos and relays readily available.
Correct.
Operating on small codings. Nothing specialized software, and that's it. Like it's a modular and easy way to do it. Anyone can do it.
Right.
That's what.
So did you collaborate with others during the competition or was it an individual task?
To be honest, I did collaborate with my club members.
Oh, wonderful.
It was always like varying team. Sometimes 3 guys helped me, 4 guys came to brainstorm new ideas or beautify the circuit, make improvements in code. So it was a collaborative work. I don't think anyone can do anything alone. So
I would ask you, what is your biggest takeaway from this experience, both in terms technically and personal growth?
Technically, I grew up too much. I think now I am really a senior of my club. Yeah, I know almost everything about every field.
Right.
Like there are buck converters and boosters and relays and so much I know now. And personally, it was a very humbling experience because to mention the organizers here are very nice. Like
Wonderful.
they helped me a lot in my way to come here.
Right.
It wouldn't have been possible without them.
So if I ask you this, what advice would you give to the fellow aspirants who want to compete in Janatics Automation Skill competition?
I would say take part, don't worry. The problem statement is amazing. Solving the journey to solve it is also amazing.
What are the technologies that excite you most as a mechanical engineer? Are there any specific technologies?
Like here, playing with the vacuum in this specific field was very awesome. Like
Wonderful.
having enough vacuum, having enough surface finish to pick up with the vacuum was amazing. And also, like the motion we can have with simple piston is also like it was truly think about what all these simple linear
Right.
motions can do. Yeah.
So as the competition is nearing,
Yeah.
and are you excited about the conclusion?
Yeah. Like I did my best
Great.
with what I had, with the preparations I did, with the work I put in. I think I performed good. Rest is an answer of God, I guess.
Don't think about the results, Arnav.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will do great in your life.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thank
Have
you,
a
sir.
great day.
Thank
Yeah.
I'm Ashwin. I am from Ahmedabad.
What inspired you to join this competition?
Because I love automation, so this inspired me to join this program.
First of all, thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Share my experience I have faced in my Janatics Automation Skill Challenge finals. I am from Bannari Amman Institute of Technology with an educational background of electronics and instrumentation engineering.
Pre-qualifier rounds were all online conducted. What was your greatest challenge in participating online?
It was my first time to participate in the online event, so I have experienced more challenges in that online event.
So you want to give any advice to your fellow students who want to participate in this competition?
Yes, yeah, sure. It was a wonderful opportunity to experience industry persons, so I will suggest my fellow students to participate in my event.
Thank you so much, Sanjay, for your time. It was nice speaking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye. As we conclude the Janatics Automation Skill Challenge, it's been amazing to witness the talent and innovation displayed by the participants. This challenge not only highlighted the future of automation, but also emphasized the critical role of skill development in shaping the next generation of technocrats. The creativity, problem-solving abilities, and technical expertise on display were truly inspiring. Janatics' commitment to fostering innovation and bridging the gap between academia and industry is evident through initiatives like this. Congratulations to all the participants and organizers for making this event a success. We look forward to seeing these bright minds shape the future of automation. Before we wrap up the Janatics Automation Skill Challenge, I would like to leave you with a thought from one of the history's most extraordinary minds, Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo was not just an artist, but a mathematician, physicist, botanist, and an engineer. Despite his vast accomplishments, he humbly called himself a man without letters, emphasizing that his brilliance wasn't shaped by formal education, but by his insatiable curiosity, a relentless hands-on experimentation. Leonardo's journey is a powerful reminder. Learning is essential, but what truly matters is how we apply that knowledge. From observing glassmakers to grinding lenses with his own hands, Leonardo's practical experiences were critical to his groundbreaking discoveries. This reminds us of the immense value of internships, mentorships, and hands-on experiences. In today's fast-evolving industry, 4.0 world, this blend of knowledge and practice is more important than ever. Like Leonardo, we must embrace every opportunity to learn and implement. Seek out mentors, stay curious, and use observation as a gateway to deeper understanding. Leonardo once said, "Sapere vedere," know how to see. Let's take a page from his book. Embrace curiosity and balance learning with doing. This is the path to true innovation and mastery. Thank you for being a part of Didactic India and Janatics Automation Skill Competition. May your journey here inspire new heights of innovation and discovery. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries. See you soon.